amount that is happening in this country right now. And what happens is people don't pick up their hands, they don't raise their voices. Then stuff goes down, and then they say, oh, what a shame. Wish there was something we could have done about it. You know? Pretty good, JoJo, pretty good. And it's just, it disgusts me. You know, it really does. Like, and it's not preaching to the choir. Or not preaching to the choir. It's not the pot calling the kettle black. Like, I promise you, I spend hours a day talking with you guys, and you know that. And I spend a lot of time one-on-one with people who deal with this kind of stuff. Was there a shooting again? No, we're talking about 13 Reasons Why. I binge watched it last night, and just talking about depression, suicide, stuff like that. I mean, it's just like, I watched it, and it's like this poor girl. Like, no reason for it at all. You know, just like one thing after another led to another, and that's how it goes. Josh, welcome on. And I can tell you also from personal experience, sometimes the worst, heaviest, most emotionally debilitating form of bullying, or you call it bullying, you call it what you want, harassment, bullying. Like, it's one thing if people pick on you, but when people make up stories about, like, I personally experienced on the daily, like, with this, like, not the depression side, but, like, you know, because I grew up getting picked on and having stories made about me, and then I was pretty upset then. Now I've learned how to, like, grow a thick skin and push through it. But, like, back then, it bothered me emotionally. I had stories made up about me all the time. People making up crap, calling me gay, calling me this, calling me that. And, like, because I'm a Catholic and I don't have sex until I'm not, make love to my wife. And so for me, that was always a big thing where, like, people see my religion and they automatically, like, separate me from them. And I'm like, I'm no different from you. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm living my own. You know what I'm saying? Emma, come on. So, like, that was always a big thing. You know, I always got made fun of for where I went to church. Like, I was definitely, pitted against religiously. People would make fun of my religion all day long. They make fun of me. For me, it's like I would grow up and I would watch everybody complaining about how the gays are getting hated on and stuff like that. And they do. They definitely do. But I'll tell you what, some of my biggest bullies in high school were gay. They were people who were homosexual, and they did not like that I was Catholic. And that's what they would do. They would pick on me for my religion. So, because of stuff like that, you should keep to yourself. Excuse you. Get the hell out of my broadcast. You're the reason why people kill themselves. It's not keep it to yourself. It's you do speak up. Well, you should keep that to yourself. That's the exact problem we have. Jackie, welcome on. That is the exact problem we have in this country. Well, keep it to yourself because it's uncomfortable. No, why don't you keep your mouth shut about your negativity? Why don't you keep your mouth shut about persecuting me about my religion? I'm not going to tell you who to have sex with, so don't you tell me when I can speak about my God. That's what I have to say. You want to talk about equality? Bull. Absolute bull. Equality. The ability to speak out about what you believe and love and expect acceptance in return. I accept wherever people come from. I don't need you to agree with me. I really don't need you to agree with me for us to be family. But if you do, you're the one that's messed up, not me. So why don't you shut your mouth about the hate, and we'll keep our mouths open about love, acceptance, positivity, and the most loving family on the internet. Telling people, well, you should keep that to yourself. No. That's exactly why. What do you think they tell the kids? People like that are the exact reason why kids kill themselves. Keep your mouth shut. Don't speak up. Just deal with it. Handle it. It's not our problem. And then they slit their wrist in the bathtub, and they say, oh, oops, wish we could have done something. No, you're uncomfortable because that child is speaking about something that you weren't comfortable with. And now, thanks to you, they're dead. That was me. Everybody told me to shut my mouth about my religion. Well, you know what? I am goddamn lucky that I was so bold about my faith, and I was so bold about who I am as a person. I wasn't afraid to stand up to people in high school. Right? Everybody telling me to shut my mouth about who I am. That I'm getting made fun of all day long. You know what? I pushed through it. And that's the only reason why I'm sitting here today. I had no desire to be alive when I was in high school. At all. I watched I'll tell you, here's some stuff for you. And let them all record it. Go ahead. I watched my father die. I watched friends die from both car accident, drug overdose, suicide, you name it. I had a cousin that had to go to juvie because someone framed him, planted a gun on him. It's push through it. You push through it. I lost everybody through high school. All at the same time as being heavily harassed and abused. Both physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, whether it was in the home, whether it was with my cousins, whether I was at school. I got the shiznit in my face every day. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to curse. I got it in my face every single day. And I don't talk about it because I moved on. But if you really want to see where it's at, that's where it's at. So don't you come into my broadcast and tell me how to talk about my faith. You shut your mouth. Okay, he's been gone for like 15 minutes, but got me emotionally charged. So that's the fact, guys. I don't care if you're black, white, gay, straight, Jewish, Catholic, Buddhist, friggin' Hindu, worship the flying spaghetti monster. This is America, and you are entitled to your right to preach, believe, and enjoy what you feel is right for you. Good evening. Hi, Jackie. That's what I believe in. I have not given up on the American dream just yet. I have not given up on our freedoms as the American people. That's what I believe in. Is an ability and a freedom to open your freaking mouth when you want to. So when these kids, if there's any kids watching this, if you feel repressed, if you feel that people are telling you to shut your mouth, you message me. Let us know about them. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. We'll shout you out to the world. Let them know. Let them know what you believe. Let them know what you feel. Whether you're experiencing attractions or whether you're going to church and they're making fun of you for going to church or going to temple, whether you're or if they're making fun of you for not being religious, making fun of you because you just feel that there's not enough evidence. Whatever you feel, it's not about whether this argument, the biggest issue we have in our country right now in reference to this argument is that people are focused on whether it's right or wrong, what the person believes. This isn't about the what, it's about the who. We need to take a stand as Americans. This is a shout out to our Americans in the broadcast. And we need to take a stand together in understanding that fighting for our freedoms, especially freedom of speech, is based around the idea that we could say what we want rather than what we say. Because if you don't have the ability to say if you don't have the ability to speak up, it doesn't matter what you have to say, you're not going to get to say it. So first we fight for the freedom to say what we want, then we can have that conversation of what's right and wrong. Mercy Cry, welcome on. So that's all I have to say. That's what I feel. Got me a little emotionally charged there. Like I said, I'll tell you what, he said exactly what I heard in high school. Those are the things you don't share. And that's what gets kids killed. That is what gets children of 18 years old, beautiful with great grades, somebody I knew, to hop into their bedroom and take their own life. Hang from the rafter. I'm not here to see that. And I don't think you are either. It's about time we silence the haters and speak up for the love. We're not going to do it through doxing or any of that crap. We are going to do it by empowering people to have a voice. Sorry. Just in a parking lot, obviously. So, Steven, welcome on. Just keep an eye out. But that's that. So I'm not getting all. I don't want to get all pretentious about it and like I'm Mr. Know-It-All, because I'm not. But I get told that all the time. I bet you do. Yep. Rosie, hit me up in the DMs. And make sure you made it to that guidance counselor now. Alright. Well, if you guys need me, I'll be in the DMs. Remember, push through. Alright. I love you. Keep moving forward. Don't let nobody hold you down. As I sit here, I will tell you right now, I have had 90% of my financial resources cut off. So you would welcome them. I got people trying to cut my throat 24/7, quite literally. I got $17 right here and 30 cents in the bank. 30 cents. But you know what I have? I got faith. Love you too, Jackie. I got hope. I got love. And I got the protection of my Lord. And we will continue to move forward. We will not lose. There will be another breakthrough, as there always is. And people will continue to watch us succeed. Thank you. So, keep pushing forward. And let me just tell you, that money you got, $30 a week on food goes to gas. This pretty much sums it up. But we got this. I'm not giving up. We're finding another angle. We just have to work it through. So, Borica. Or, we don't have a car like you. Oh, okay. Do you live in a house, or do you live on the street? Benedicte, welcome on. So, I follow you on the scope. Nice. Oh, that's a troll. Gotta love the trolls. Let's go. Oh, hey, Bree, what's up? What's up, Tim? Yeah, everybody's wondering where I'm at. They're like, I'm pretty much MIA on over on the other app there. But I might be putting more time in. I just got a lot of stuff to work out. I'm pretty good. Okay, that's a total lie. I'm like not good at all. But I'll be fine. I just been watched that 13 Reasons Why. And what's called? Let's just say it gave me a lot of flashbacks. Really took me way back in a way that I did not expect. Oh, I'm fine. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm good. But like, just stuff that I don't want to think about. And like, the girl, like, you see her kill herself in the show. And like, I had a couple of friends that had done it that way, and like, it hits. A lot of bullying. A lot of suicides in my high school. 14th Reason, God loves us. I love it. Yeah. I knew a kid who heard about that show. Yeah. What's it called? I had a kid. Lauren, welcome on. There's a kid in my high school. Like there is so much death at my high school. It's like thinking back. You've been bullied. So, oh my God. Yeah. Now even now I am, but like I'm like 23, so a little different now. It's followed me my whole life. But I seem to be a drama magnet. I really hate it, but I was gonna say. The, what is it? Oh, there was a kid in my high school. He was playing with his dad's, his father had this small shotgun, like a 225 and still get bullied. Yep. And he was just playing with it. He had his finger in the, near the trigger, and it had one of those looping triggers. And he was playing with it and spinning it. Didn't know it was loaded. He was hanging out with a couple of his friends, and I could have been there, and I decided not to go. I would have seen him, and that would have messed with me. I wouldn't have been able to. And you can imagine what happened, and he was flipping it, and then his finger, I guess, went at the trigger just at the right angle, and he blew his own head off, and right in the middle of the crowd of friends, and that was that. Like, there was nothing left to him, That was the saddest thing. Make you welcome, Mom. And, this was a kid that was very popular in our school, too. A lot of people liked him. A lot of people, everybody knew him. Most people liked him, everybody knew him. But, it's, Matt, welcome on. And then there's also good stories. Stories of, there's stories, kids that tried to commit suicide, and people saved them. People pulled them out of the fire. That's tragic, yep. What's going on here? What's up? I binge watched 13 Reasons Why. So, we're talking about it. But it was just I could go over it over and over again. There's so many stories from my high school. It's ridiculous. Friend committed suicide on Monday. Who? Was he? Had I met him when I was there with you? He left a suicide Facebook post. How old was he? What did he do? Oh. I'm sorry to hear it, Matt. Or do you want to, maybe you don't want to talk about it. I didn't even think of that. Saw this post 10 minutes after he posted it. Holy crap. And that's the worst. When you're right there, you know what I mean? I remember there was a girl who had hung herself, and, and you think, is there anything you could have done about it? These Hootsuite to post a message so no one would stop him. Oh, wow. Yeah. And you wonder, and you play it over, you play it in your head. You know me, I need to stop with the crying. I cry way too much. It really is just an emotional response. I'm not sad. I don't know. I have a tap line to the tears, but it's sad. Matt, and it's we try to justify it to ourselves. Is there anything we could have done? And then it's you can't blame yourself. Yeah, it's just sad. That's it. It's just sad. It's what could you have done? What could you have done? Something. Nothing we could have done. But for me, I don't know. I've had a lot of people that I could have. Set himself before he took his life. There was nothing we could do. Yeah, but that's still not. You never know. It's already dead when the message is posted. Oh. That's sad. It's like you ask yourself all the time, what could I have done to prevent it? Like, if you could have just, like, you knew they were upset. Yeah, like, yeah. Suicide is no joke, no. And, like, I'll tell you, here's a spooky one, a really spooky one. I had met this young woman at, I met her one time at a youth conference, Catholic youth conference. Biggest, brightest smile, to this day, one of the biggest, brightest smiles I've ever seen in my life. But you guys know I have an eye for that stuff. I could tell she was depressed. I knew it. Like, when I looked at her, I had half a mind to pull her to the side and talk to her and be like, hey, I know I'm a stranger, but, do you want to talk? And I didn't. And she killed herself. And now she's dead. And, like, her family didn't expect it. Friends didn't expect it. Nobody expected it. Even me talking about this right now, like, I'm not even comfortable. I shouldn't even be talking about it. But I could just think, if you made one tiny little choice different, one little thing. And I'm that kind of person. Like, I'll play it over my head over and over and over and over. Because I'm the, like, I'll tell you what, like, I experienced some heavy stuff in high school. Linda, welcome on. I experienced some heavy harassment, bullying in high school. Like I said, you got, like, to even fathom, like, some of you maybe could, I don't know what you have going on in your own life, but let's just, like, honest, in my own personal opinion, I feel like I lived in hell for, like, most of my life, till I was, like, 18, 19, literally, and, I couldn't even begin to describe half the stories, but, like, nobody pulled me out of it, nobody was there, no one, not even God. Very welcome up. Nobody. And I have this agreement with God, too, is like, God was not there for me. He said, you got this one, bud. And, like, I look at, and it's weird to feel jealousy for somebody who tried to commit suicide, but, like, there were kids also in high school who had tried to commit suicide and their friends stopped them or saved them or things like that, and I remember being in high school and being jealous of them. I remember being in high school and being like, part of why I didn't kill myself in high school was because I knew that nobody would stop me. I'm not even kidding. Nobody would have stopped me. That's a fact. Don't refute me on it because you don't know me. I promise you for a fact, nobody would have stopped me. It's a legitimate fact. It's not a delusion. It's not Jimmy feeling bad for himself. That's how it was. Troy, welcome on. And, I would be jealous of them. I'm like, wow. Like, if they, when they try to kill themselves, their friends, are there for them and back them up or don't. And I thought, like, and some people that try to commit suicide as a cry for attention, that they have to be strong, right? Like, they need to Laird, welcome on, so that people know that they exist, so they feel that they exist. And I wouldn't even do that, because, like, I knew it would confirm my lack of existence. I knew that if I did it, I would succeed, and it would just prove my lack of existence. I didn't want to prove myself right. So I stuck it out, and I said, you know what? This is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to live, and I'm going to live so hard that I'm going to take this entire world and flip it on its axis, and I'm going to make the most out of my life. And that's what I said. Well, something must have made you keep wanting to live. No. The only thing that kept me alive was, honestly, for lack of a better term, just my own FU to the world. I felt that the world wanted me dead, and the only reason I wanted to stay alive was to continue to say F you to the world. Say, like, you're not getting rid of me. That's honestly when I think back, that is the only thing that got me through high school. From the time, and the middle school, like from the time I was about 12 years old till the time I was about 19, I'd say that's the only reason I wanted to be alive. Attitude determines your altitude, 100%. I agree with that statement. So, well, I appreciate that, but I'm no role model. When it comes to what your inspirations are, I don't feel that I should be your role model. Because, like I said, I drew my energy from death. From pure tenacity, as opposed to hope and happiness and positivity. No, I said I'm going to tear this world a new one. Just for effing me over so bad, I'm going to get everything out of what I want out of this life, and I'm going to suck every living life cell I can out of this life and stay on this planet as long as possible, because I genuinely feel like I am not a parasite, but like a virus to the planet, because I create so much change just by existing. Because I truly believe that's my worth, is that I make that much of a difference just by existing on this planet. So I will continue to exist on this planet, just to say, F you, Mother Nature. Far from that dark place, 100%. 100%. And that is trained mindset. And I think that's a big thing we miss with children as well, is discipline. When people think of discipline, they think of getting in trouble for something bad. That's not discipline. It's called punishment. Discipline is somebody that has the interior strength to withstand and withhold something. Like, if you do something wrong and your parent disciplines you, that's not being disciplined. That's being punished. You can't discipline someone. You can't discipline them. Like, someone has to become disciplined. Discipline is a discipline. It's something within you that you train yourself. So if a child, for example, if a child takes a cookie out of the cookie jar and you slap his hand, that's a punishment. That's not a discipline. That's not disciplining your child. That's punishing your child. If you want to discipline the child, you create a positive incentive. If you eat your dinner first, I'll give you 2 cookies. It's incentivizing. And then that child chooses to become disciplined. And discipline lasts a lot longer. What's up? Archangel, go take a coffee break. Jimmy's not done yet. That's funny. Mahogany, welcome on. That's discipline. You want to teach a child discipline, don't punish them. Incentivize them with positive, better things. When they do something wrong, yeah, punish them. But, like, try and create positive incentivization. Pull them towards a better choice. And that builds a habit. Done over time, that builds a habit. And instead of them, like, having no hope or, like, looking towards something and then just being afraid to do something wrong because they don't want to get punished, which is a learned mindset with that, that kid then takes it into the rest of their life. Instead of that, give them a positive incentive. Punish them when they do something wrong, but make it that what they are reaching for, instead of being afraid of, is twice as good as the punishment. Let them understand that doing good things in life and making the right choices actually does get you a better result. It's all good, Brie. Thank you, though. So I think that's extremely important. And and it's funny, like, I'm only 23, but I promise you, I know a whole lot about parenting. And the reason I know a whole lot about parenting is because I'm a very intuitive and intellectual person, and I had everything wrong done to me. So I know all the wrong ways, and I could tell you all the right ways now that would have gotten me to be the person that I should have been from the start. Like, it doesn't, like, Jimmy is a victim, you know what I mean? Like, my childhood sucked, and it was hell, like, and beyond hell. I mean, some, like, the kind of stuff that it would curdle your blood if I told you some of the stuff I've been through. Alright, we'll see you, JoJo. But what I could tell you is that, it's about where you take it and what you do with yourself. Move forward, move up. But, what's up, Avnish? How you doing, bro? He goes, LOL. Welcome to Instagram! Ah! Yes, this is a flashlight. My name is Jeff. Oh, is it really? Oh, hi, Jeff. Kings of Kings, welcome on. It's all good, Brie. He goes, ew. Who's this on my screen? I don't know, bro. Who is it? I have no idea. Still trying to figure it out. But yeah, moral of the story, 13 reasons why left me pretty wrecked. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm actually pretty wrecked over this series. It was depressing. Extremely depressing. So, like, I'm emotionally okay, but it definitely brought back a lot of memories. Ian Prince, doing loud, welcome on. But at the same time, I'm thankful for it because it really made me remember my roots as far as who I am. And that might be a weird statement, right? But, like, you gotta understand, some people don't have good memories wrapped around their roots, but those roots are, like, important things psychologically, emotionally, and habitually. So, for me, tapping into that energy and remembering who I am and, like, that inner child is so important, but it must have hit home. Brie, I was crying, like, I had, like, an 8-hour cry marathon, or 13, 14 hours of show. There's, like, 14 episodes. You leave scope? No. I'm just busy. Habitually. Yeah. So. Yeah, and I'll tell you this, I mean, this is kind of, like, believe it or not, guys, I'm really not, like, your average, like, sensitive dude. I used to be just that brash a-hole, like, you know what I mean? Like, really just, I take it for face value kind of person. That's who I was. But I like to. It's all good. I used to be that guy. Now I get my balls busted because I'm not that guy anymore. Or, I mean, I'm still that guy, but, like, I've learned just how important it is to be emotionally open. I have feels trained too. You gotta be emotionally open because it's like you don't survive, and then you have to be connected with other people. It's extremely important. When I recognize, and for me, becoming a more emotionally apt like, when I grew up, I had to grow a tough skin to be able to handle what I did, and I really didn't become an emotional person until maybe 20 years old, when I was living on the street, riding my bicycle through Florida, volunteering, and, like, living on rations. Like, I was on fire for the Lord. Katie, welcome on. Rosie, what's the matter, Rosie? Castillo, welcome on. Carrie, welcome on. So, for me, it was definitely a strange transition. Even now, like, I'm actually coming to reality of the fact that, like, I live in a car, and I don't like it. I want to do something about it, but I know that my answer is not traditional. I know that the answer is not for me to go back to regular life. If anybody knows me, you probably get it in your inbox from my trolls. Like, I get some pretty hardcore harassment, just because we've grown so fast and we continue to grow at a rapid rate. My Instagram, I have it on halt on purpose. You're not going to see my Instagram numbers moving because I'm actually manipulating that algorithm to make sure I stay where I'm at. But I just got a lot of work to do. So, I said my goal, I'm thinking, I wish I had some sort of healthy vetting system. What I would really like to do is be in the north in the winter when there's the homeless around and find one that's not, find homeless people as they're not on drugs, not drinking or anything like that, ones that are genuinely down on their luck, and let them come stay in the car with me for a day or 2 or 3. I put bed sheets on both of my seats. So I was thinking I could stay on this seat, they could stay on that seat. If I could find somebody that's safe enough that I'm not going to get robbed in the middle of the night. Invest and improve, kind of cool to have a drivable car, though. Yeah. Good, Josh, how are you? It's all good. But if there was some way that I could vet people, just that they could, and I could take them to Planet Fitness, they could go get a shower, get them some food, just that I don't have the money for it, but people would definitely, contribute to do that. Just that they could get off the street for a few days and, like, recuperate emotionally or mentally. For anybody that's never lived on the street, it's freaking tough. Technically, I live on the street, and, for me, it's become a refined craft. I've turned it into my niche rather than, it's not my niche, but it's just a specialty. I don't want to live this way for the rest of my life. But for a lot of people, it's most definitely not something that they want to do. And I've been on the street. I have not always been in the car. And it's freaking tough. It's really hard. A lot of people will judge homeless people, but I promise you, for a fact, and you could get at me on this. Go try it. Freaking go, you live on the street for 3 days. 3 days. I bet you it won't take more than 3 days before you act exactly like them. I promise. We are much uglier animals than we think we are. But we are much more beautiful animals than we think we are as well. Peachy, welcome on. So, it's, I've seen some good people do some strange things when they're in a tough situation. As I said, I get a lot of trolls. Now, I got people so dedicated to trolling that they follow me over to Instagram. That's nuts. Like, you don't see that. But unless they're, like, famous, and I'm definitely not famous. I'm like nobody. But so, moral of the story is, if you're going through hard times, guys, reach out. If you see somebody going through hard times, reach out. When somebody feels so trapped in their own mind, they, in my opinion, are not responsible for their actions. No, disagree with me if you want. Go ahead. I personally feel, I don't feel that that's, like, when someone commits suicide, I don't feel like that is the most, like, that is them reaching for control, right? But I don't feel like that is them doing the one thing that they could actually control. It's all good, Bree. Please don't, we're going to deflect that, take it to God. It's God's wisdom, not mine. Or the wisdom of the world, other people that I've learned it from, not mine. But, like, when you see it, do something about it. Because that is the main reason. Because these people, that is them relinquishing control. They say, I have no control even over my own body, my own mind, my own life. It has been robbed from me. Thank you, Seaweed. it's been robbed from me. I want to take my life. And that's where it begins, that's where it ends. People don't know. Like, a lot of people, most people have not, believe it or not, now statistically, always be kind. Absolutely. But as far as people dealing with depression and suicide, it's like, I don't know, guys. You gotta do something, because that's guys. I'm telling from personal experience, seeing it, being in it. It's like it's just a cry for help. It's not pathetic. It's not. Doesn't make that person bad. It's an appropriate cry. It's a cry for help. It's. I have reached out time and time again, or I have hinted at it time and time again, or I have done whatever I could time and time again, and no one thinks I exist, or at least I feel as though no one thinks I exist, right? And what do? They do the only thing that they feel is within their power. How do you help them? Be there. Don't let them go. When they tell you, leave them alone, right? When they tell you, leave them alone, evaluate the situation, obviously. Like, if you really should leave them alone, leave them alone. But, like, I can't tell you how many times I've had people that told me to leave them alone. I'll look them dead in the eye and say, no, I'm not going anywhere. Nope. Because, honestly, a lot of times, now, I'm not telling you to do that. I think it's very important that you personally evaluate every situation on your own. Do not come from a position where it feels like I'm giving advice specifically, because I'm not. I'm telling you about my experiences. People don't care until you're dead. Well, I do, Rosie. I do care. And you see me caring in front of you. You see me caring in front of you. And if you ever get to that point of depression, Rosie, you've seen right here, every minute, that I am saying how much I care. And that you being around helps me to derive value in my life. You are providing value to me simply by existing, by being my friend. Do you understand that? That exchange does not have to have that you did something for me. It doesn't mean that you have to contribute to the viewership, whatever. It's just that you exist, Rosie. It's that everybody in your life needs you. You play a purpose. I love you, you love me. Let's get together and kiss Barney. I don't know. Whatever that joke rhyme was in high school. Okay. And thank you for the... Always love it when I got the trolls. Gotta love those creepy mofos. Alright, so... And how did I know that's a troll? Because I'm very good at what I do. So just remember that. Your existence within itself makes a difference. Okay? You don't have to go out and do something to yourself for people to know you exist. People already know you exist. You might perceive that they don't. What troll? Exactly. They're already gone. It might feel like you don't exist. It might be perceived that you don't exist. But you do. You do. Bill, welcome on. You want to know what you're in control of and what you're not in control of? You are in control of what choices you make in your life. You are not in control of whether or not you matter. Rosie, you don't get to choose it. That's what you got to understand. You are worthy, and you do matter, and you do make a difference. You don't get to choose whether or not you make a difference. It's who you are. It's part of your makeup. It's what you're made of, Rosie. It's not what you do. It's not the circumstances. It's not the way people treat you. Your worth is because of the way that you are made. Your personality brings value to the world, whether you want it to or not. That's what you got to understand. Your value is not your choice. You are valued whether you want to be valued or not. You give value whether you want to give value or not. Dino, welcome on. Scoping much? I will be, yeah. I've just been busy. Like super, super busy. Brandy, welcome on. The lie that the world will tell you is that your importance is based on your circumstances and the way that people treat you and the things that you're around. Sagittarius, welcome on. Sagittarius. Molly, what's up? The real truth is that you're valuable, whether you want to be valuable or not. You are in control of your circumstances to a degree, right? Right now you're trapped. You're trapped in a circumstance. But I'm going to tell you how to hold on, because it's the only thing that I was able to hold on to. It's the only thing I was able to hold on to. Was that my existence mattered, whether I wanted it to or not. And that's not a God thing. That's just a thing. Because if you are willing to look close enough, you will find that there are people that actually care whether or not you exist. When we have so many hateful people repressing us and pushing down our opinions of ourselves, it can become difficult to see the truth. But the truth is that you matter, whether you want to or not. So that's that. You're important, and remember it. Hit the DMs. I'm going to dip out of here. Probably going to go to bed. And K10, welcome on. And I will talk to you guys very soon. So, good night. Oh, I didn't, Molly. I saw your excuse me, I just saw your username. Alright, good night, guys.